Hey everybody, welcome to another EVE Online video. This one will be dealing with the low sec ratting. Frequently new players are afraid to venture out into low sec in fears of losing their ship. It is very true that it's very easy to lose your ship in low sec, but at the same time I believe that the ISK returns are much higher than the risk you're taking. The initial investment into your ship is quite low considering that you can always fight in a T1 frigate. However, the profits can be quite high, as you will see in this video. The key is being able to understand and mitigate the risk of lawless space. First and foremost, only fly the ship that you can afford to lose, and then be ready to lose it. Now what we have here is the Amarr Executioner frigate. You can see the fit right here, and the details are posted in the summary of this video. I picked this ship for several reasons. One of them is the bonuses that it gives for laser turrets. Now lasers use crystals for ammo, and crystals never run out, unless you're using the T2 variant, but we're not going to get into that right now. In the middle slots we have a micro warp drive, a warp scrambler, and a stasis Web I. The reason that I have picked the Scrambler and the Web I is more of an insurance policy in case somebody warps in on us while we're riding in the asteroid belt. In this case, I will have more of a fighting chance to engage the other player in the PvP. And you never know what's gonna happen in low sec. For example, you might warp in on somebody mining in a Hulk. Believe me, it happened to me once, and that is one juicy kill that you might want to have on your kill mail. Not to mention that the Web I will help you fight other rats in the asteroid belts. In lows, I have the armor repair and 2 coolants that modify the damage of my lasers. The whole fit along with the ship will cost you less than 1 million ISK to purchase, and you can easily make all of that back by riding in low sec. Alright, so let's get on with it. I'm going to warp straight into low sec from here, but before I jump the gate I'm going to check what's happening in the next system. Looks like there's been some activity in there, so hopefully I won't encounter any gate camps. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, the first low sec system is the toughest to get into. The rest should be easy. Now I've said before that I picked the Executioner because of its bonuses towards lasers. With lasers you do not have to haul around a lot of ammo in your cargo hold. You can leave it more for loot that you'll be able to pick up from rats. And it makes it a lot easier not to have to worry about having enough ammo to rat, especially when you're deep in low sec and there's no trade hubs nearby. Okay, so I'm on the other side, and thankfully there is no gate camps in here. But I don't want to stick around in this system, so I'm gonna jump to the next one. Staying in the very first low sec system is way too risky. And one more check to see what's going on here. Looks like there hasn't been much happening in the last hour, which is good for us. The number of people passing through these low sec systems also seems low, which is once again good, because we'll be able to rat in peace. Right now I'm just trying to see which systems are around here and trying to find the best systems deep in low sec and away from the high sec to rat in. And just getting a feel for the kind of systems I have to go through on my way to find the good targets, like the battleships. When I go low sec ratting in my Executioner, I specifically try to find asteroid belts with battleships in them. Aside from the obvious reasons of the high bounty placed by the Concord on the battleship rats, I like taking them out in a frigate because they simply cannot damage it. The high angular velocity of the frigates is what's protecting them from the damage from the battleship. Although it might take a while for you to destroy your target, you can just orbit the battleship, dealing your damage and pretty much taking none in return. You should be able to find the battleship in the asteroid belts of low sec in just about any low sec system. Of course, the lower is the security status of the system, the higher is the chance of you finding a battleship in the belt. The 0.2 systems and lower should give you the best chance. Continuing on my journey, I'm gonna try to find the low sec system along my route that does not have any other players present in it. The first asteroid belt that I tried had 2 cruisers in it. Normally I would not engage the cruisers, but these ones had a rather high bounty on them. The tactics that I use is a high velocity, tight orbit around the target. That way their weapons simply cannot catch up with me while I orbit them. One of the destroyed cruisers had some decently priced loot that I took. Of course, the estimated price of the loot is generally higher than what you would get for it in the market hubs, but now and then you get to have a bit of a surprise, and the price that you get for it is actually higher than the estimated price. Finally, after some searching around the asteroid belts and different systems, I was able to find one that had a battleship in it. The battleship spawned with 2 other frigates in the asteroid belt, which were the only things that actually would pose a problem to me, because they can easily track me compared to the battleship. But no biggie, as long as I maintain high velocity and tight orbit, I would not have any problems. In addition to getting a very nice bounty for destroying the battleship, it also drops some quite valuable loot. One very nice surprise that I found on my low-sec rating journey is this cruiser right here. Noticing the very high bounty placed on it, I already knew this is going to be a long fight. I had to overheat my weapons and spent quite a lot of time trying to get through that very tough armored tank of this cruiser. But after quite a grueling duel, I found that the wreck of this ship had more than 33 million ISK in loot. That is quite the payday for just spending less than $1 million on this ship today. As you can see, low-sec has quite the potential for earning a lot of ISK. If you're smart about it and know the risks involved, you will be able to stay safe and keep your ship. But then again, if by any chance you lose your ship, then that's not a big deal because you will be able to replace it in no time. In my personal experience, I prefer to rat in Amarr low-sec, and I definitely try to avoid Caldari low-sec for 2 reasons. Firstly, Caldari low-sec is overpopulated with other people, so it is very tough to find a quiet system to rat in. And more importantly, I find the Gorista's ability to use ECM is very annoying. They simply jam your locking signal and you are not able to fight them, which leads to a lot of frustration and a lot more time spent trying to destroy the rats. In any case, whatever region you pick for your ratting activity, I'm sure we'll be able to have a lot of fun and earn a lot of ISK both from the bounties placed on these ships and the loot that they drop. Hope you have fun and safe flying out there.